from the brand new Phillipsburg High School gym on the campus of Phillipsburg High School in Lopatcong Township, New Jersey. Stateliner Sports Network proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight, it's the North Jersey Section 2 Group 4 semifinals as the Stateliners play host to the Lions of North Hunterdon Regional. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kirk, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Phillipsburg North Hunterdon Wrestling is a service of the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Ahart, Frenzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Erco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at ErcoCU.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit. History of Phillipsburg Wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. North Hunterdon comes into the match with a record of 16-4. The Stateliners are 13-2. These two squads did meet on January 24th here at Phillipsburg High School. The Stateliners coming away that night with a 41-15 victory. We're going to begin the match tonight at 285 pounds. We began a couple of weeks ago at 195. At 285 for North Hunterdon, it'll be either junior Lorenzo Besseril, he is 13-9, or junior Francis Vitelli, 8-12, against Phillipsburg senior Pat Sharp, 17-12. 106, Connor Robinson of the Lions. He's a junior, 24-4, against Phillipsburg freshman Logan Matsko, 14-11. 113, Frank Daiso of the Lions. He's a freshman, 18-7, against Phillipsburg senior Cullen Day, 22-7. 120 for the Lions, either sophomore Drew Dosher, 14-9, or freshman Connor Quinn, 7-1, against either Bryce Parenti of Phillipsburg, a junior, 1-0, or junior Travis Jones, 27-4. 126 for the Lions, either junior Luke Hanlon, 5-5, or sophomore Evan Klimas, 12-13, against either Jones or junior Brendan Fox, 1-11. 132, Kyle Anderson for North Hunterdon, a sophomore, 13-12. For Phillipsburg, it'll be either junior Kyle Tino, 15-8, or junior TJ Abode, 3-6. 138, Andrew Gappis for the Lions, a senior, 27-1, or junior Mike Wilson, 25-4, against either Tino Abode or junior Cody Harrison, 23-2. 145, either Gappis or Wilson, against either Harrison or junior Jason Zinsmeister, 15-9. 152, Tucker Kirchberger for the Lions. He's a senior, 25-6, against either Zinsmeister or senior Josh Ramos, who is 16-6. 160, William Hughes for the Lions. He's a senior, 17-4, against either Ramos or Brian Meyer, a senior, 25-2. 170, John Spees of the Lions, a senior, 12-15, against either Meyer or sophomore Jacob Wicks, who would be making his varsity debut. Right now, public address announcer Ed Mancinelli has asked everyone to stand, and we'll have the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem from Phillipsburg High School, 182 for the Lions. It will be sophomore Nathaniel Fawcett, who is 22-8. For Phillipsburg, either senior Lance Wissing, 28-3, who weighed in tonight at 182 for the first time, or junior Austin Roth, who is 15-8. 195, Ian Gaburo for the Lions, a sophomore, 2-2, or Rich Kimmick, 1-16. Kimmick, a junior, against either Wissing, Roth, or Shamir Broders, a senior, 12-12. Then at 220, either Bessaril or Vitelli, who both weighed in here at 220 and can go up to 285, against either Broders or Cody Krutz. Krutz is a sophomore, 8-10. So the Lions, Bob, weighed in exactly the way they did when the two teams met just a couple of weeks ago. Phillipsburg changing up their weigh-in, and assistant coach Scott Silva is telling us before the match that Phillipsburg felt with the weigh-in this way was the best way to assure that they could win 8 no matter how the Lions chose to weigh in.
So they've gotten themselves additional options tonight as Phillipsburg to try to get those 8 wins, and they want to control as they get into the bout the match at 138 to be able to pick the matchup that they like best. And Peretti, who is normally in the JV lineup, obviously not needed for JV tonight, but slotted in tonight and may be available. And they like the matchup against Dosher, as he has previously been successful in JV bouts against Dosher.
In the dual meet a couple of weeks ago, Phillipsburg did control that bout at 138, and the Lions had to go out with Andrew Gappas, who is ranked 4th in the state, and a state place winner a year ago. And then Phillipsburg sent out Colin Emery and then moved up Cody Harrison, who decisioned Mikey Wilson 5-0. So Phillipsburg would like to get that matchup, and the Lions, trying to turn things around from a 41-15 loss a couple of weeks ago, would like to get Gappas on Harrison, figure if they could knock him off, that is their best chance at trying to get a win. Harrison with only 2 losses on the season, both coming in tournaments. He's undefeated in dual meets.
Yeah, and he's looked really good, as a lot of the liners have. Assistant Coach Silva's also said they're all healthy tonight, both in terms of cold and flu and injuries. So so they're ready to go.
Our referees tonight are Barry Jackson and Russ Scarice. As the captains and coaches will meet out at the center, be Russ Scarice handing the flip. It's won by the Lions. And I'm sure they will take I would think they would want to control 138 as well. So Phillipsburg won the flip the first time. The Lions have won it the second time, and Barry Jackson's going to come over and let us know exactly what happened there.
North Hunterdon is even.
Okay. Yep, North Hunterdon is even. So Phillipsburg, in the odd bout, which would be number 7, 138 would have to be out there first. 285. State Liners are going to send out Pat Sharp, and we'll find out if this is Lorenzo Bessaril or Francis Vitelli. Sharp weighs 281.6. Vitelli's a junior, 8-12. So this is a different matchup than we had a couple of weeks ago.
Right, it was Bessaril against Sharp last time with a 3-1 edge, and really with a late third period takedown attempt by Pat Sharp that he did not execute.
So Vitelli weighs 218.4, Sharp 281.6. State Liners are in their predominantly white singlet, Phillipsburg across the chest, with gray and garnet trim. Lions are in black and gold. Big NH across the chest. We've wrestled 30 seconds. We have no advantage here at 285. Phillipsburg and North Hunterdon just getting underway in the North Section 2 Group 4 semifinals. Coach Post has shed the sport coat in the first 30 seconds. Vitelli tried to throw Sharp on by. Barry Jackson is the referee for this bout. right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera, and they come off the mat in a minute 1.
Both wrestlers so far trying to tie up, working hand control and looking for arm drags or something to throw.
Sharp has been able to hit a headlock or two and see if he can work that weight advantage, pushing down on head. He's looking for a cement job, and they're off the mat. And a stalling warning against Frank Vitelli. First warning.
Yeah, the winning 50-50 number. Number is 375.
Wrestlers on the attack right in the center.
375.
Sharp trying to underhook the left shoulder. We're under 30 seconds to go here in a scoreless first. They go off the mat again, back to the center at 25 seconds.
Sharp again being the one to advance, and Vitelli backpedaling.
Sharp looking for an underhook or an inside tie. Fighting for hand and wrist control. Final 15 seconds of the first. Sharp wanted a headlock. Still trying to snap down on the head of Vitelli with his left hand. And we will go scoreless in the first. Sharp will go underneath to start the second.
That was a good neutral period for Pat Sharp.
Pat finishing 7th in the King of the Mountain tournament, 8th in the Hunter and Sussex Warren. Vitelli was looking for a cradle, trying to take the, now Sharp stands.
He's got that stalling warning.
Phillipsburg fans want a stalling call. There's an escape for Sharp. And he leads 1-0, and off they go in front of the Lions bench.
There's maybe a 10 count there as Vitelli had a hold of Sharp, but was not able to bring him back down.
Lions advancing to the semifinals with a 57-6 win over Kearney on Monday night. And Phillipsburg took it to Colonial here at Phillipsburg High School, 68-6. Sharp trying to stay on the attack here with that 1-0 lead.
He's doing well. He's got forward motion. He's got Vitelli backpedaling and sometimes crossing his feet. Vitelli's got to be careful here.
At the edge, off they go. Still neutral in a minute 2.
So that was a steady 20 seconds there of Sharp advancing and Vitelli backpedaling.
Dave Post would like to force that stalling call. The winner of this match tonight will take on Middletown North tomorrow night in Monmouth County. Middletown North, a first round 60-7 winner over Linden, and last night beat Scotch Plains 57-16. For Phillipsburg, it would be a rematch of last year's sectional final. Sharp looking for that inside tie.
Vitelli's doing better by circling here, Mike, because otherwise he was in danger of getting that stalling call.
They're off at 24 seconds.
Phillipsburg bench has been urging Pat Sharp to snap down on the head of Frank Vitelli. Use his weight advantage.
Trying to underhook that left shoulder. Vitelli, right hand behind the head of Sharp. Sharp's right hand behind the head of Vitelli. Phillipsburg fans want that stalling call as Vitelli circled at the edge. And we are through 2. 1-0 Sharp. Vitelli's going to go underneath. Vitelli gets set. See if Sharp can use that weight advantage to break him down. Left hand tight waist. Chops at the right elbow. Left hand thigh pry.
Interesting, Mike. Vitelli really didn't make a first move. He just tried to post to his base.
Sharp has him broken down. Keeps that weight high on his back. Trying to work a power half from the right side, out the right side to try to drive that. Vitelli to his knees, Sharp chopping at that right elbow and the tight waist, trying to take him off his base. Tries to hook the right leg, breaks down Vitelli, flattens him out. Minute 15 to go in the bout. Sharp clinging to that 1-0 lead and using his weight advantage on the ride here on Vitelli, trying to keep him flat on the mat. Sharp trying to bar the right arm. Wants to sit on top of that bar. Under a minute to go in the bout. Reaches across for the left elbow and that cross face. Now reaches inside 2-on-1 in the left wrist. I think Dave Post would like to see him just keep him on the mat. And Dave Post saying, take him back towards the center. Don't let him squirm out to the right. 30 seconds in regulation. Vitelli trying to get to his knees. Sharp breaks him down again at the edge. Sharp wants to keep him on here and ride out this period. Phillipsburg would like to get this decision here. 15 seconds to go in the bout. Sharp trying to keep him on right in front of the scorer's table. Reaches inside, controls the left wrist. We're down to 5. Pat Sharp rides out, gets a 1-0 decision at 285. So it's Phillipsburg 3 and North Hunterdon 0.
For a 1-0 heavyweight bout, that was good, because Sharp was given plenty of effort there. And I think Vitelli might have regretted choosing down, because he did not make a first move, and once he was flat, he could barely get to his hips up anytime after that.
Logan Matsko for Phillipsburg at 106. The freshman is 14-11, and this is his third bout this season with junior Connor Robinson, who is 24-4. They've had some very interesting scrambles. In the dual meet a couple of weeks ago, Robinson won at 8-4, but he did have Matsko on his back at one point. And I think the Lions would like to improve on that, on the two decisions that he has. The first one in overtime, as he tries to spin around to Matsko's right. Matsko hanging on to the upper right arm of Robinson so he can't spin behind him. Stalemate's called. So Barry Jackson will be in charge of the first 7, and Russ Scarice will take the final 7 tonight.
For that January 24th match, it was Robinson getting all of his points in the third period.
Wrestlers on their feet. Wrestled 40 seconds, no advantage. Robinson reaches for the left leg of Matsko. Back up to their feet. Matsko reaches inside for the right leg, can't pull it in. Matsko reaches for that right leg again, can't get it. Tries to snap down on the head as they're tied up. Under a minute to go here in the first. Robinson snapped down Matsko to his knees. Has him down to one knee. Matsko back up to his feet. Matsko had a first period takedown in that last bout and actually led 2-0 after 2 in that one. Under 30 seconds to go. Neither one's come close to a takedown. Matsko tried to set up some kind of throw. Then Robinson with a headlock. Robinson has a takedown, and Matsko trying to bridge off his back. And Robinson plants him again. Under 13 seconds to go. Matsko trying to bridge. Keep that left shoulder off the mat. Body pressed by Robinson. 5 seconds to go. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and a 5-point play for Robinson. And I think he headlocked him, Bob, in the third period a couple weeks ago.
That sounds right. I mean, Matsko was in on a shot, couldn't quite complete it, and Robinson took advantage with that that headlock. It was a takedown and back points for a 5-point play at the end of the bout a couple weeks ago.
Robinson underneath to start the second. He stands. Out in front now of Matsko, trying to toss Matsko to his back. Matsko trying to pick that right arm from the top of his head. There's a reversal for Robinson, and he leads 7-0. Circling with Matsko and trying to load up a low leg cradle. He has Matsko on his back again with the cradle. Matsko in a sitting position. And now Robinson will try to take him over to his right, head in the side. Matsko rolls on through it. Still has that cradle. And 1:10 to work with in the second as Matsko extends that left leg at the edge, trying to circle Matsko back in with the cradle. 1 minute to go in the second.
He's got that locked up really tight.
Looking in is Barry Jackson, trying to take Matsko to his right. 1 count, 2, 3. Coach is telling him to adjust. Matsko trying to pop out of that. Under 40 seconds to go. Barry Jackson looking in. He's going to rock him back and try it again. Trying to get his head in the right side. 25 seconds to go in the second. Robinson has had Matsko all tied up here in a cradle. But Matsko so far doing a good job of avoiding the fall. Rocks him back again. 10 seconds to go. He's got that right leg well extended. But Matsko hanging on here. And he will survive. That's 3 back points. And it's 10-0 after 2.
That was a very tight cradle, but Matsko did well to elevate his leg and curl up into a ball to prevent getting flat to the mat.
Matsko's going to go underneath here in the third. 10-0 lead for Robinson. Phillipsburg leads the match 3-0.
Matsko did get a third period reversal 2 weeks ago.
Robinson, strong right hand tight waist, wrapping it around the left side of Matsko. Robinson riding out the left side. Matsko finishing 7th in the King of the Mountain, 8th in the 100 Warren. Honorable mention in this weight class by LehighValleyLive.com.
Robinson just seems to have more confidence tonight. And getting those 2 5-point plays are certainly giving it to him.
Robinson, a District 15 runner-up. One-on-one on the left wrist. And now the North Hunterdon coaches are telling Robinson to cut Matsko.
1 minute to wrestle, 1 minute.
Logan's not come close to getting out.
Now he wants a front head and arm. They want him to cut him, but he's not done that. He has not given up the 1 in order to try to get 2. And he's built to a major so far. As Matsko looks to barrel roll from underneath. There's the escape. Now it's 10-1. 40 seconds to go in the bout. Robinson tries to snap down. Front head and arm. Robinson with 61 career wins. He's 61-32, and he's ranked 5th in this weight class by LehighValleyLive.com. And a stalemate's called by referee Barry Jackson. Robinson finishing 4th in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren, and he's a goals tournament champion over the holidays.
15 seconds.
Matsko looking for an inside tie, or a Russian tie. Reaches for a leg, can't get it. Front head and arm by Robinson. And Robinson will win a 10-1 major as we have 0.2 of a second to go. So through 2, the Lions will grab the lead over the State Liners at 4-3.
Connor Robinson looks strong there. He had a strong finish 2 weeks ago and just strong from the start tonight. Take down back points, 5-point play in the first, reversal, and a nifty cradle in the second.
Cullen Day will be out for Phillipsburg at 1:13 against Frank Daiso. Daiso is a freshman, 18-7. Day is a senior, and he pinned Daiso in the dual meet a couple of weeks ago. Day 22-7, has himself a takedown and leads 2-0.
4 takedowns for Cullen Day 2 weeks ago before finally catching and pinning Frank D'Esso in the third period.
Gives up an escape, and it's 2-1. Daiso weighs 112.3, and Day weighs 114.7. And we have a little, Daiso took a shot on the left eye. I think he just rubbed the contact lens out.
Doesn't even seem to know it.
Yep, Barry Jackson has found it, and I can see it from here because it happens to be on the garnet.
Thankfully, he did not put it back in his eye. Never mind that one.
Yeah. All right, so 34 seconds in, we're back to the action here with Cullen Day leading 2-1. Daiso dives in, Day sprawls, underhooks the right shoulder. Trying to snap down Daiso to take him off his knees. Day shrugs, Daiso blocked that off. Front head and arm and a shrug, and a takedown for Day. He leads 4-1. Under a minute to go here in the first.
Cullen looking strong and confident tonight.
Traps that right leg.
Phillipsburg's student section is here in force tonight.
In the dual meet a couple weeks ago, Day led 4-1 after 1. He's going to give up a takedown. An escape. It's 4-2. .30 seconds to go here in the first. Day trying to tie up that right arm. At the edge, snaps, and tosses Daiso off the mat onto the gym floor with 21 seconds to go.
Daiso shot first last time, went kind of head first, but really didn't get much in the way of penetration.
Day reaches for the right leg, can't pull it in. Again, wants to snap Daiso from his knees, 10 seconds to go. Day's in on the right leg to a sitting position and could not finish it. Dave Post says 2. Barry Jackson says no. And Russ Scarice says no. So what was a 4-1 lead 2 weeks ago is 4-2 after 1. Day's going to go underneath to start the second.
Day cut Daiso with about 30 seconds to go, but really was not able to come across with the takedown. He was close on that double, but ran out of time.
Day stands, tears at the hands. He's out in 6 seconds. And the Stateliner senior has a 5-2 lead. Daiso dives in at the edge, and off they go in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera with 1:44 to go in the second.
Day just really seems to have a bounce in his step tonight.
Cullen Day, defending District 9 champ and Region 3 runner-up. Finishing third in this year's Hunterdon Sussex Warren. 6th in the Hurricane. 3rd in the King of the Mountain. He's in on the right leg. Trying to pull that leg through at the edge in front of us and has a takedown. And Day leads it 7-2 as they come off the mat. Cullen has a career record of 72-25. 16 wins as a sophomore, 33 a year ago. He will cut him to make it 7-3. Dives in on the right leg. Lifts up Daiso. Spinning around, he has another takedown, and Day leads it 9-3.
He's showing a real strength advantage because that shot was not very deep. He got one arm on the leg and just pulled it in.
9-3. See if he goes to cut him. He will. 9-4. Working takedowns. Day has 4.
Which equals his total from the January 24th match.
Got that fall in 5:31. And we're coming up on 30 seconds to go in the second. Day tries to shrug him on by, then Daiso with a shot, Day with a shot. They're off at 29 seconds. Daiso finishing third in the Neptune tournament. Tries to tie up Day's right wrist. Tries to shrug him on by. Day diving in, Daiso sprawling, underhooks Day's right shoulder. Day hanging on to the right arm above the elbow. Final 5 seconds. Through 2. Cullen Day leads 9-4. Lions lead the match 4-3. We're at the third of 14. And Daiso taking underneath to start the third. Tries to sit and turn in. Stands. Day looking for a standing hazard tilt. 1 count. 2. Still has the hazard. Trying to pull the left wrist maybe through the crotch to stack him up. 2 back points for Day. It's 11-4. Trying to work a tilt on the edge, and they're off the mat with 1:25 to go.
Just ran out of room, but it looks like Cullen Day had a hold he was comfortable with.
Daiso getting set underneath. They did a good job to hit that standing hazard tilt. This time he sits. Can't go to a stand from that. Day controlling the left arm above the elbow. And has the left wrist, trying to work the tilt, hazard tilt. Daiso trying to pivot himself on his right hand and avoid exposing the shoulders to the mat. Day's going to load up that tilt and try it again. So try and turn him to his right. 40 seconds to go in the bout. 1 stalling warning on Frank Daiso.
He's really just looking to post his arm out there and keep from getting turned or turned flat, but
Day turns him the other way, and he rolled on through. Still trying to tilt him. 1 count, 2, 3, 4. 3 back points, so Cullen Day has built to the major with the 2 back points. That gives him a 13-4 lead.
That was persistence on the part of Cullen Day.
So he won't get the fall, but he will get a major. 13-4 for Cullen Day. We are through 3. It is Phillipsburg 7 and North Hunterdon 4. Now the Lions have to be out first. So if this is Dosher, it'll be Bryce Parenti for Phillipsburg. Now that's Bryce Parenti. Bryce Parenti. Did not hear who this is for the Lions. I mean, it should be Dosher.
It's Connor Quinn.
All right, Connor Quinn. He's a freshman. He is 7-1. Bryce Parenti, a junior, 1-0. Parenti got the start on Monday against Colonia. Quinn dives in on the left leg. Parenti sprawls. Parenti trying to work a front head and arm. Head out the right side. Spinning around to his right. Still with his head in his side. Spinning, shrugs. And Quinn hung on to that upper right arm and fought it off. Now he's looking for a cement job. Snaps him down. Still spinning around the right side. Now he wraps around the right leg of Quinn, trying to pull that leg through with a minute to go in the first. Has the right leg. Quinn trying to hang on to the left arm of Pereni. He's got a knee to the mat. Pressure on the head by Quinn, trying to bury the head on Pereni. Pereni's trying to finish that takedown here at the edge. Trying to go to a double. Now again at the edge, picks the leg up. Trying to, at the edge, cradles him. Still no advantage. Barry Jackson says it off the mat, no advantage, 22 seconds to go.
Bryce Pereni came about as close to getting a takedown as you possibly can without securing it. Give Connor Quinn credit for fighting it off as long as he did.
Quinn was weighed in 2 weeks ago but did not appear. And Pereni just within the last 2 weeks made the scratch weight of 120. First period will end scoreless at 120. Quinn will go underneath. Right now the Lions, compared to a couple weeks ago, as Pereni throws that left leg in, wraps a tight waist around the left side. The Lions are 1 point to the good offensively as Pereni takes control of that left-right wrist, and they saved 2 at 113, avoiding a fall, giving up only a major. Pereni trying to work a power half, sinks those legs in, reaching inside for the left wrist. Under a minute 20 to go here in the second. Pereni lost the left leg. Wants to try and sink that left leg back in there. Quinn trying to stand. Rolls, and Pereni with a half Nelson from the left side almost stuck him momentarily.
It was a good counter. Because Quinn's roll looked good until Pereni almost caught him.
Pereni keeping that weight high in the back of Quinn. Quinn weighs 119.2, and Pereni weighs 119.3. Quinn trying to stand. Pereni drops down, picks up the right leg at the edge of the mat, and he will take him off. 27 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Phillipsburg got a win 2 weeks ago in this weight class. It was freshman Jason Tino who got the win. Quinn stands, there's a standing hazard. 1 count, 2, 3, 4. There's the standing hazard by the State Liners, Bryce Pereni. Final 10 seconds to go. Trying to tilt Quinn to his right. After 2, Pereni's on top, 2-0.
It's a real opportunistic move there by Bryce Pereni.
Pereni going underneath to start the third. Wraps a tight waist around Pereni's left side. Reaches for Pereni's left wrist. Flattens him out. Pereni trying to get to his knees. Quinn wants a lever. Pereni trying to, again, gets to his knees and tries to sit and spin. Quinn stays with him. Riding out the left side, now with a left hand tight waist. Rides out the right side. Pereni sits. Tries to turn in. Quinn stays with him. Now goes to the right hand tight waist, trying to bar the left arm. At the edge, Pereni's trying to get off and get himself a fresh start. Quinn trying to keep him on the mat. 1 minute to go in the bout as Pereni sits. They're off just under a minute. Dave Post saying you got to get up.
Pereni seems a little fatigued here. He's able to clear his hips, but can't go any further than that.
Right hand tight waist, sits again. Staying right with him is Quinn. Wrapping the tight waist around the left side.
We haven't seen enough of Peretti to know what his favorite move is from the bottom, but
clinging to that 2-0 lead on a standing hazard tilt in the second. Sits, trying to tilt him. Peretti able to belly down with under 30 seconds to go. Quinn came close to executing a tilt. Wraps that tight waist around the left side. Peretti sits. Stays with him now, looking for a front head and arm. Trying to take Peretti towards his back. Peretti will pop out. He has an escape, and he leads it 3-0. Posts the right wrist. Peretti will win 3-0. The Stateliner Junior prevails at 120. We are through 4. It is Phillipsburg 10 and North Hunterdon 4. Now this will be Travis Jones for Phillipsburg at 126. Jones, a junior, 27-4. This might be Luke Hanlon, we'll see. Now it's Klimas. Klimas gave up a technical fall to Jones in the second period 2 weeks ago. Klimas getting in on Jones' left leg. Jones in a sitting position. Trying to keep his hips up and convert a counter on his own. He does. Jones has a takedown. Leads 2-0. Jones going to try and use the legs and tilt Klimas to his back. Now he's trying to set up a hazard. Gives up on that. Now he will try to stack him up. Split the legs. Turn Klimas to his right, or to his left. He's got that near leg hooked. Trying to turn Klimas. Coming up on a minute to go here in the first. Jones looking for a cross-face cradle there. Now he wants a hazard tilt. Trying to turn Klimas to his left. Gives up on that. Trying to pull the left wrist now all the way across the body. Klimas able to fight that off. Now a hazard tilt. And 1 count. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 back points coming on the hazard tilt by Travis Jones. 15 seconds to go here in the first. Breaks the hold. 3 back points for Jones, leading 5-0. Going to try and tilt him again with 8 seconds to go. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Ran out of time. 5-0 Jones after 1.
Klimas weighing in at 126.9 and Jones at 122.4.
Klimas took neutral to start the second, and Jones quickly in. And a Peterson type maneuver, spins around to the side. There's the takedown. Jones leads 7-0. Travis, a defending District 9 champ, 4th in Region 3 a year ago, trying to work a tilt. 1 count, 2 count, that's all. 2 back points for Jones. He leads 9-0. Reaches inside for the left wrist, wraps the tight waist around the left side. Trying to tilt him again. 1, rolls on through. Klimas then turns in on Jones. Has Jones's left arm trapped at the edge, hooks that left leg on Jones. Trying to power half Jones. Jones pops out of that and maintains control.
Yeah, another wrestler would have been reversed in that situation, not Travis Jones.
Klimas reaching for behind the left knee of Jones. Jones going to try and tilt him, check him back. Barry Jackson looking in. Jones has him all tied up here. I didn't even see that coming. He's got him all tied up, trying to get more on the right shoulder. He's got the 3 back points if he doesn't stick them. Now reaching back for the head. At the edge, they will go off. That'll be 3 back points for Travis Jones, who goes up 12-0.
Yeah, he just kept turning into the right move.
That was like, is Klimas going to get out? Next thing you know, he's on his back.
Yeah.
Jones going to try and turn him again. Trying to work a hazard. 1. At the end of 2, Jones leads 12-0. Jones is going to go underneath to start the 3rd. And he will cut him. He'll make it 13. So Jones has to take him down to his back. Or else he will have to settle for a technical fall.
Klimas has already lasted longer this time than he did 2 weeks ago.
Jones hooking a leg. Klimas has Jones' left leg underneath him. Jones has that leg trapped, trying to turn him. And he will get the 2, and that'll be the technical fall. 15-0 in 5:34. So we are through 5. It's Phillipsburg 15 and North Hunterdon 4.
Travis Jones doing it again just as he did 2 weeks ago. This time with more takedowns, last time with more back points, but the result was the same.
Kyle Tino for Phillipsburg at 132. The junior 15-8. Kyle Anderson, a sophomore, 13-12. This is a rematch that Tino won 10-4 2 weeks ago. He took Anderson down 4 times. Anderson diving in on Tino's right leg. Tino trying to work a front head and arm, drops down to a double leg on Anderson. Anderson with a wizard fought that off. Tino in on trying to reach for the left leg, can't pull it in. .40 seconds gone here in the first. Anderson weighs 132.5. Tino 134.5.
Tino with 4 takedowns to Anderson's 1 in the match on the 24th.
And Tino led 2-0 after 1. Got an escape and then a takedown to go up 5-0 in the second. Lions have to try and turn some of these around. Bad shot there by Anderson. Tino almost spun around behind him. 45 seconds here in a scoreless first. Wrestlers tied up right in the center. Liners with a 15-4 lead through 5. The winner gets Middletown North tomorrow night in Monmouth County. Final 20 seconds. Tino, half a shot at the right leg, couldn't pull it in. Now drops to the left leg, can't pull it in. Left leg again, can't pull it in. Spins around to Anderson's right and gets a takedown with 5 seconds to go. And Kyle Tino will lead 2-0 after 1.
Terrific persistence from Kyle Tino. like 4 shots in the last 15 seconds and finally completed one.
Anderson defers. Tino will take underneath. Tino, District 9 runner-up a year ago, 3rd in the Hunter and Sussex Warren, 8th in the Hurricane. Honorable mention in this weight class by LehighValleyLive.com. And they're off to our left, 5 seconds into the second. Kyle with 42 career wins, 12 as a freshman, 15 as a sophomore, 15 so far this season. Stands on the whistle. Phillipsburg fans stalling warning on Anderson on top. Then he picks up Tino on the mat return. Trying to bar Tino's right arm. Tino tried to roll. Anderson stays with him. Tino reaching back for the leg to come out and face him. Tino has an escape. And the Phillipsburg junior is on top 3-0. Reaches for the right leg, can't pull it in. Now Tino looks for an arm drag. Tried to sweep the leg, can't get it, then trying to spin around from behind. So Tino's taken a couple of air shots, Bob, and Anderson's twice almost spun around behind him.
Tino stayed aggressive, though. Stayed aggressive and stayed in contact.
But when, reaching and ending up not catching anything, he's ended up off balance. 1 minute to go here in the second. Tino with a 3-0 lead. In on the left leg behind the knee. And he's got a takedown. Tino leads 5-0. Trying to reach, trying to take the right elbow back to the knee. Hooks the left leg.
There he had a good grip on that leg, and he just bowled Anderson down to the mat.
Anderson tries to sit and spin. Tino tries to stick a half. Anderson comes up to a stand, and he will get out. It is 5-1. Working takedowns here with 10 seconds to wrestle in the second. Tino in on that left leg again and has his third takedown. He leads 7-1. Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg on top, 7-1 after 2. Anderson's choice. He'll go underneath in the third. 15-4 lead for the State Liners here at 132, or the 6th of 14. They lead the bout 7-2. Kyle Tino, front head and arm.
He's trying to work something up top here, also keeping an eye on Anderson's feet as he ducks under there, gets the single.
On that right leg again, has Anderson in a sitting position and finishes the takedown. Tino goes on top, 9-2. Dave Post says cut him. On the escape, it is 9-3. Tino won a regular decision the last time, so Phillipsburg trying to pick up an extra team point. If Tino can get a takedown.
1 minute to wrestle.
Trying to horse his way around Anderson's right side. Anderson blocked him off with his right arm. Off they go right in front of Coach Post with 54 seconds to go. Dave's in his 8th season, 125-20.
Post telling Kyle Tino, pull the head, circle around.
Shot by Anderson. Tino trying to set up a spin or a shrug. Now controls Anderson under the chin. Trying to underhook the left shoulder. Trying to drop down to a leg, couldn't pull it in. 30 seconds to go here in the bout. Anderson reaches for a leg, can't get it. Anderson dives in. Tino spins around behind. He's got a takedown. Now he's got to control him here for the final 15. With the takedown, it's 11-3. An escape, it's 11-4. Tino posts the left wrist, tries to snap with 6 seconds to go, 3 seconds to go. And Tino will have to settle for a regular 11-4 decision. 10-4 last time, 11-4 tonight. After 6, it is Phillipsburg 18 and North Hunterdon 4.
Kyle Tino looking very strong on his feet there with 5 takedowns against Kyle Anderson.
Phillipsburg has to be out first here at 138. It's going to be Cody Harrison. He's a junior, 23-2. And this will be Andrew Gappis, a senior, 27-1. About between the wrestlers ranked 4 and 5 in the state. Gappis is ranked 4th, Harrison 5th. Harrison trying to get in on a high crotch. Trying to pick up that left leg, can't do it. Ties up the right wrist of Harrison, and they're off neutral 16 seconds in. So Phillipsburg won the flip the first time, and Gappis had to be out first, and Phillipsburg at the time moved Harrison up. And the Lions, I think, had to win the flip to get closer tonight or pull off the upset, and they needed this matchup, and they're going to have to win. They would be in very poor shape if Gappis cannot win.
Harrison has a 1.5 pound advantage.
Tries to sweep a leg, can't get it. Again, not often in a dual meet do you get wrestlers matched up of this caliber. Harrison number 5 in the state, Gappis number 4. This is a very deep weight class. You have Benner, the defending state champ from Ocean, is ranked 3rd. Aragona Pope John is number 2. Arm drag it now in on Harrison's right leg, and there's a takedown for Gappis. Gappis leads Harrison 2-0. Trying to take the left wrist. Quinn Keener of Kingsway is number 1 in the country and number 1 in New Jersey in this weight class.
That's a lot of talent.
18 seconds to go. Harrison underneath. He's set. Stands. Tries to come out and face Gappis. Gappis around Harrison's right leg. Harrison trying to kick himself away. 5 seconds ago, he got out. And then tries to throw him on by. They're off with 3.6 seconds to go. So Harrison gets an escape. 2-1. 3.6 seconds to go in the first. So Gappis with the lead after 1.
It's a lot of effort by Harrison to get that escape with a little bit of time left.
Harrison defers. Gappis is going to go underneath. Gappis, defending District 15 champ, 4th in the region a year ago and 8th in the state. He is looking for career win 100. He's 99-22, and he got out, and Harrison didn't react quickly enough, and then Gappis got in on the double leg and got a takedown. So with the escape, it was 3-1, and the takedown by Gappis, it's 5-1.
Yeah, he just caught Cody Harrison by surprise there.
Harrison getting set. Barry Jackson coming over to the scorer's table.
I think the question was whether or not it was a reversal or an escape and a takedown.
Harrison gets set. Gappis, right hand tight waist. Harrison tried to stand. Gappis tripped him back down. Harrison stands. And he'll take him off the mat in front of the Lions bench. 19 seconds into the second. Lions first-year coach, Chris Arunca, graduate of Warren Hills. In 2007, he was a Hunter and Sussex Warren and a region champ. Harrison has an escape. 5-2. Working takedowns, and Gappis has a pair of them. Tries an arm drag.
Gappis worked that trip from behind there very effectively. But Cody Harrison just kept coming and finally got out.
Coach Arunco wrestled collegiately at Edinburgh. And he replaced Tim Flynn, former Stateliner standout, who was the head coach of the Lions. Tim moving up into school administration. Under a minute to go here in the second. Phillipsburg leads the match 18-4. We're at 138, or the 7th of 14. Phillipsburg's Cody Harrison and North Hunterdon's Andrew Gappis here at 138. Coming up on 30 seconds to go here in the second, with Gappis on top 5-1. Harrison very early had a leg that he couldn't convert. Dives in, Gappis sprawls. In front of the Lions bench, they circle. They're off at 15 seconds. That was the closest that Cody came to converting a takedown.
Yeah, both Harrison and Gappis seem to prefer to counter in this situation.
Final 10 seconds here of the second. It's going to be Gappis' choice in the third.
That was interesting, Mike, because with 3 seconds to go, they both decided, yeah, we're done. They stood up and faced each other and let the clock expire.
Well, Harrison's going underneath here. That's what I'm sorry. Gappis chose down in the second. Looking for a cradle was Gappis, controlling the left leg of Harrison. Cody, a two-time district champ, third in the region. Harrison stands, trying to tear at the hands, then reach back for a whizzer. Cody finishing 8th in the state last year. They go off with Gappis still in control. 2 8th-place finishers from a year ago. Harrison ranked 3rd in this weight class by LehighValleyLive.com, and Gappis is 2nd.
Gappis seems to content to let Harrison come to his base, if not to his feet, and then bring him back down.
They are behind Ryan Anderson of Bethlehem Catholic in the local rankings. Harrison stands, he's out. So it's 5-3, and we're working takedowns again with under a minute and a half to go in the bout. Harrison staying on the attack, tapping at the head of Gappis. Harrison, after controlling a wrist, likes to quickly break and reach for a leg. Stalemate's called by referee Barry Jackson at 1:02.
Yeah, this has been a more defensive Cody Harrison than we're used to seeing.
1 minute to wrestle, 1 minute.
In on a leg. Gappis tried to pull it in, and Harrison was able to kick out of that. 48 seconds to go, and they're off.
Harrison was the aggressor, advancing towards Gappis till they got to the edge. Then Gappis looked to duck under to a double, and Harrison fought him off.
Can they fight for hand control? Harrison with half a shot. Gappis sprawling. Harrison trying to get in on the left leg. Can't pick it up. A throw attempt is missed, but they're off the mat. Dave Post wants 2. Barry Jackson and Russ Scarice are going to talk it over. And they're not going to get this call.
Boy, that was all about location. As Harrison went in, Gappis countered. Harrison got the advantage, and then they just ran out of space.
Russ Scarice and Barry Jackson talking it over with Dave Post. They're going to stay neutral with 20 seconds to go in the bout. Now, Harrison could have had himself a takedown and back points had we been in the center. They're off at 11.6. There's a caution on Harrison. Harrison trying to snap down on the head. Dives, blocked off by Gappas. Dives, stalling warning on Gappas. And Andrew Gappas, Harrison tried to lock up a throw. Gappas is going to win a 5-3 decision at 138. We are halfway through. It's Phillipsburg 18 and North Hunterdon 7.
That was a really good bout. Cody Harrison almost pulled it out there at the edge, just ran out of real estate. But both guys were showing their ability.
Now the Lions have to be out first here. See if it's Mike Wilson. Wilson is a junior, 25-4. So do we get Jason Zinsmeister? Nope, we're going to get Ryan Mitzak. Ryan Mitzak out for the Stateliners. Mitzak is a sophomore. He is 0-2. Mikey Wilson's a junior, 25-4. So Phillipsburg will be kicking up Zinsmeister, Ramos, Myers. See if they go any further. Front head and arm by Mitzak. 30 seconds into the first. Stateliners weighing in. Lately, they have weighed in Ramos and Brian Meyer at 152, but Myers weighed in tonight at 160. He will most likely be up at 170. And Lance Wissing weighed in tonight at 182. Mitzak in the JV gray singlet for the Stateliners. Under a minute to go here in the first.
Mitzak weighed in at 145.8, and Wilson at 140.
Mitzak trying to snap down on the head of Wilson. Mitzak reaches for the left leg, can't pull it in. Wilson looking for an arm drag, or then reaches for an ankle pick, can't get it. Now look front head and arm on Mitzak with 20 seconds to go. Mitzak pops out of that. Have a couple of tall 145-pounders. 5 seconds to go here. Wilson spinning around behind. Can he get a knee or a hand to the mat? He did, right before the buzzer. And Wilson leads 2-0 after one. Wilson defers. Mitzak will choose neutral. So Wilson just got behind and was able to get a knee to the mat in the closing seconds of the first. Wilson, a District 15 runner-up a year ago, 42-26 in his career. He's a Neptune and Goals Tournament champ this year, and fourth in the Hunter and Sussex Warren. They're off the mat 19 seconds into the second.
Wilson wrestled at 45 2 weeks ago and lost to Harrison, 5-0.
Russ Scarice is the referee for this bout, if we are now in the 8th bout of the night. So he'll have the whistle the rest of the way with Barry Jackson assisting. Wilson's in on Mitzak's right leg, switching to a double right in front of our camera. And there's a takedown for Wilson. He goes up 4-0, cradling Mitzak, and off they go right in front of us at 57 seconds.
It's good for Mitzak as Wilson had that wrapped pretty well.
Dave Post screaming, you got to pull that off your elbow. Mitzak gets set. Wilson, right hand tight waist. Trying to lock up a cradle. Mitzak now controls that left wrist. Loses it. Wilson trying to lock up that cradle again. Throws the leg, now looking for a power half. Pressure on the head on Mitzak. Mitzak hanging on to that left wrist so he can't lock up anything. Stalemate's called by Russ Scarice with 24 seconds to wrestle in the second.
Mitzak threw his right arm up at one point trying to catch Wilson with a half and pull him over top.
Wilson gets set. Again, the winner taking on Middletown North tomorrow night. Middletown North in Monmouth County was able to wrestle last night. They handled Scotch Plains Fanwood pretty easily. Has a cradle out the right side. Takes Mitzak over to his back. 3 seconds to go. Russ Scarice counts out the 3 back points. And Wilson with a 7-0 lead after 2 on the cradle.
Wilson essentially threw that cradle from a standing position. And again, he had it well.
And Wilson, I think, wisely chooses top. They head 7-0. See if he can lock up that cradle again. Mitzak ready. Wilson, right hand tight waist. Trying to set up a hazard tilt. Trying to control Mitzak's right wrist. Set up a power half and turn Mitzak to his left. Leaning out that left side. Russ Scarice says he has not broken the plane. There was a 1 count, that's all. Mitzak able to scramble out of that. Sinks that right leg back in again. 45 seconds gone here. Short Phillipsburg putting out Mitzak here. Did not expect to win, but they can just, a regular decision they would be very pleased with 1:03 to go.
Sure. Because Wilson's looked very good here.
He will cut Mitzak. 7-1.
1 minute to wrestle, 1 minute.
Mitzak just doesn't want to get caught here.
Yeah, he's not giving up a stalling warning as he circles in front of the scorer's table. Again, circles. They're off 46 seconds.
Shoot and grab a leg.
Trying an arm drag is Wilson with an inside trip. Mitzak's able to free his arm. He may be near a stalling warning here. Tries to snap down in the head there. A stalling warning as Mitzak has the right leg behind the knee. Wilson trying to flatten him out at the edge. Mitzak still has that right leg. Wilson, they're off the mat at just under 20 seconds.
Yeah, he didn't just have a leg. He was in a decent position there. It was more about where they were on the edge.
7-1 here. Wilson diving in. Mitzak trying to sprawl. Mitzak trying to underhook. The right shoulder, still no advantage. Trying to spin around behind Mitzak. Mitzak blocks him off. 6 seconds to go. They're off with 5.8 seconds to go. Phillipsburg would love this if it's just a regular decision. Trying to dive in. Mitzak fights him off. And it will be a regular decision. 7-1 for Mike Wilson. We are through 8. It is Phillipsburg 18 and North Hunterdon 10.
Mitzak finished better than he started in order to limit that to a regular decision.
Jason Zinsmeister is out for Phillipsburg at 152. The junior is 15-9. For the Lions, Tucker Kirchberger, a senior, 25-6.
Ryan Meyer had gotten Kirchberger 5-0 on the 24th.
Zinsmeister did not wrestle on the 24th. Kirchberger with a front head and arm. Spins around behind. Zinsmeister able to block him off, trying to pull that right arm from his chin, trying to hang on to that upper right arm. Kirchberger spinning again. Zinsmeister spins right with him. Zinsmeister drops down to Kirchberger's left leg. Kirchberger to his knees. Weight draped over top of Zinsmeister, has a hand and a wrist locked behind the left knee. Stalemate's called by Russ Scarice with 1:10 to go here in the first.
Kirchberger at 152.3. Zinsmeister weighed in at 145.7.
One minute to wrestle here in the first. Power shrug attempted by Zinsmeister. He couldn't finish. Zinsmeister trying to snap down on the head of Kirchberger. Right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera, and they're off the mat at 44 seconds. Zinsmeister dives in. Kirchberger trying to spin around to Zinsmeister's right. Zinsmeister hanging on to the upper right arm. Kirchberger spinning. Zinsmeister spins with him. Zinsmeister trying to block him off now with his left arm and hang on to the upper left of Kirchberger, and a stalemate's called at 21 seconds.
I think Kirchberger moved a little faster on top than Zinsmeister thought he might have, but Jason was able to spin around and keep it from giving the takedown.
Final 10 seconds here of a scoreless first. We had a scoreless first at heavyweight. And Phillipsburg's Pat Sharp won 1-0. Scoreless at the end of one. Zinsmeister will go down to start the second. Jason, third in the district last year. He has 29 career wins. Fifth in the Hunter and Sussex Warren, sixth in the Hurricane. He made the semifinals at the Hurricane and suffered a shoulder injury and did not wrestle again in the tournament. Zinsmeister's trying to stand. Stands. Kirchberger trying to lift him up, and he'll cut him. Escape for Zinsmeister. Stateliner Junior on top, 1-0. We're in the ninth bout of 14. Phillipsburg leading North Hunterdon 18-10. And the Stateliners still have Josh Ramos, Brian Meyer, Lance Wissing, and Austin Roth to wrestle.
Zinsmeister seems to want to work something up top here because his leg shots have not been very deep.
There's a barrel roll attempted and blocked off. Now Kirchberger with that front head and arm. Spinning around to Zinsmeister's right, and he gets the takedown. Kirchberger has the takedown, leads Zinsmeister 2-1.
Kirchberger does really well with that spin.
Left hand thigh pry. Zinsmeister trying to stand. Stands. Stateliner fans want stalling on top. Gets Zinsmeister to his knees. Zinsmeister blocks off, has an escape. With 23 seconds to go in the second, the bout is tied at 2. It's going to be Kirchberger's choice in the third. I would assume he'll take underneath. And it's whether Zinsmeister can set up the power half. That's his best ride and preferred way to score back points. After 2, tied at 2. Kirchberger underneath in the third. Kirchberger with 61 career wins. He's a defending district champ. Neptune champ, third in the goals, fourth in the Hunter and Sussex Warren. Zinsmeister on the mat return. Zinsmeister on the mat return again. And they're off the mat in front of Coach Post and assistants Scott Silvas, Brad Gensel, Brian Kopeski across the way.
Kirchberger came to his feet twice very quickly.
Zinsmeister picks up the left ankle, trying to work a hazard, and he got a little sloppy. Kirchberger will reverse him. Kirchberger leading Zinsmeister 4-2. Zinsmeister sits. Kirchberger tried to check him back. Zinsmeister has his third escape. Trails 4-3.
Has not come close to getting a takedown. And I don't think he's going legs anymore.
Cradle for Kirchberger. That's fought off by Zinsmeister, and there's no advantage.
That's where he's got to watch that spin.
Tries to spin around to Zinsmeister's right. Zinsmeister fights him off. Circle at the edge, and they're off in a minute 4.
It's only 4-3, Mike, but it has felt like Kirchberger's had the advantage throughout this entire thing and not just by a point.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, Zinsmeister's only scored on escapes. Kirchberger has a takedown and a reversal.
And he's come close a couple other times.
Zinsmeister dove in. Kirchberger spinning around behind for the takedown to go up 6-3 with 30 seconds to go in the bout. Phillipsburg has won 5 of the 8 contested so far. Final 20 seconds. I don't think this bout is a surprise. Brian Meyer only beat Kirchberger 5-0.
Agreed.
Trying to bar the right arm of Zinsmeister. He will cut him. Zinsmeister on the escape. It's 6-4, and they're off with 0.3 of a second to go. So the Lions are going to get their 4th win. Kirchberger 6-4, and we are through 9. It is Phillipsburg 18 and North Hunterdon 13.
Had some close ones here.
160. This will be Josh Ramos for Phillipsburg. A senior is 16-6. For the Lions, this should be, William Hughes, a senior, 17-4. Lions scored 15 in the first dual meet when Phillipsburg won the flip. Right now they have 13 through 9. Actually had the 15 through 9 before. In trying to hit a flying cement is Ramos, and he can't. And it's a takedown and back points for Hughes. That's a 4-point play. So he locked up on a leg, and Ramos tried to hit a flying cement job, and he missed it. Off they go across the way. So a 4-point play for Hughes to lead Ramos 4-0.
Hughes at 155.5, Ramos at 153.
Hughes reaching back, left-hand thigh pry. Large wrap on his left elbow.
Ramos beat Hughes 8-4 when they wrestled on the 24th.
Hughes wants to hazard tilt Ramos, and Ramos rolls on through to his left. Picks up on Ramos' ankle to flatten him out, trying to turn him to his left. He's got Ramos' left wrist pulled across the body. Ramos reaching back for the right leg. Now he tries to bar Ramos's right arm. 30 seconds to go here in the first with the Lion, Bill Hughes on top 4-0. Ramos to his knees. Trying to work a hazard. 1 count. 2, 3. That'll be 6-0 on the 2 back points for Hughes. Bars that left arm. And the first period will end with Bill Hughes of the Lions on top 6-0. They wrestled at 160 a couple weeks ago with Ramos getting 2 takedowns and back points. He won it with a 5-point play.
Hughes already has more points tonight than he did 2 weeks ago.
In on the leg of Ramos, on the left leg. At the edge, can't drag the toes, they're off neutral.
Ramos did not react well to that shot attempt.
Circle each other to the left. So Hughes with a takedown on a missed flying cement and turned that into a 4-point play, and then added a hazard tilt for 2 back points. And then neutral here in the second. Ramos with half a shot. Hughes trying to missed on a throw. Ramos has to get a knee to the mat. It's behind him at the edge. Trying to settle to the right leg. The left elbow, trying to pull him back on. Right at the edge in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera. Ramos would like to get this takedown and get 2 points back. Walking him back to the center and reaching up for the head. 50 seconds to wrestle. Now around the head, and he lost him. Hughes fought that off. So Ramos was in pretty good position right in front of us, and in pretty good position as he walked him back to the center, but he couldn't finish it.
Yeah, moral victory for Will Hughes there as Ramos brought him back to the center. Looked in good position, but could not finish.
Final 30 seconds here of the second. Spent this entire second period on their feet. Final 10 seconds. Ramos sneaks a look at the clock. We're through 2. 6-0. Hughes is going to take the top. Hughes with a 6-0 lead on top here in the third. Ramos trying to stand. Hughes chopping at that right elbow. Ramos standing. Drops down to Ramos's left foot. Ramos is out. On the escape, 6-1 Hughes. Working takedowns here in the third. Hughes is a defending district champ. 45 career wins. Ramos third in the district a year ago. He has 23 career wins.
Ramos almost came to face Hughes a little bit too quickly, but did end up with escape.
Ramos likes those strength moves as Hughes dives in on Ramos' right leg, goes to a double, and again, Ramos thought about that throw, gives up a takedown. It is 8-1. North Hunterdon coaches telling Hughes to cut him. He will cut Ramos. It is 8-2. .50 seconds to go here in the third.
Both of Hughes' takedowns have really caught Ramos by surprise, or just there's been a lack of reaction. He's gotten in deep and he's finished.
Hughes getting very low. Ramos tries to underhook the right shoulder. Circle at the edge, and they're off with 24 seconds to go. Phillipsburg with a 5-point lead in the match, 18-13. We're in the 10th of 14. Lions won the flip, so you knew it was going to be closer than the 41-15 of 2 weeks ago. Phillipsburg won the flip 2 weeks ago. Ramos wanted an arm drag or a Russian tie, trying to underhook, set up a throw. Looking for a bear hug, and they're off at 10 seconds to go. Hughes fakes the leg shot.
He's been much quicker on his feet.
Hughes will win an 8-2 decision for North Hunterdon at 160. We are through 10. Phillipsburg 18, North Hunterdon 16. The Lions have a major and 4 regular decisions. The Stateliners have a technical fall, a major, and 3 regular decisions. Brian Meyer for Phillipsburg at 170. The senior is 25-2. I believe this will be John Spees for the Lions. Perhaps it's Franklin is also weighed in there. Yep, it's Andrew Franklin. Okay, Andrew Franklin facing Brian Meyer is going to be a pretty big favorite here. Meyer's in on the left leg to a double, has a takedown, leads 2-0. Meyer cuts him 2-1. Meyer takes him down. Going to a low leg cradle, head in the side. Gives up on that. Meyer in on the leg. Cuts him, and it's 4-1 Meyer. Gives him an escape. 4-2. Meyer takes him down. 6-2. Meyer riding out the left side. Meyer cuts him. 6-3. Meyer takes him down. 8-3. Has Franklin on his back. Will get 2 back points. Meyer will cut him. And they're off. 10-4 Meyer. Working takedowns again here in the first. Meyer with 4 takedowns and 2 back points. Meyer has a takedown. 12-4. And stacks up Franklin. Has the left arm barred. Taking the right wrist. 30 seconds to go here in the first. Meyer drives him over with the bar. Ruscaris looking in. 20 seconds to go. Meyer with more on the right shoulder and gets the fall. In 1:47. We are through 11. It is Phillipsburg 24 and North Hunterdon 16. Phillipsburg now with 6 wins. And they will send Lance Wissing, I think, out at 182. We will find out who this is for the Lions first. Is it Nathaniel Fawcett or is it John Spees?
For the Lions, John Spees.
It is Spees.
For the Lions, Austin Rowe.
Austin Roth will go out for Phillipsburg, so they'll kick up Wissing to 195. That's why he weighed in at 182 to take on Fawcett. Spies is a senior, 12-15. Roth is a junior, 15-8.
So Wissing pinned Spies 2 weeks ago. Roth pinned Franklin 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Wissing was ahead, reversed and got the fall in 5:44, but he was having problem. I mean, he had dominated Spies, but was having a problem turning him.
He was up 10-zip and only had turned him once until he finally caught him.
Austin Roth of Phillipsburg weighed in tonight at 177.6. Spies with the front head and arm at the edge as they go off, weighed in at 165.7. So Roth has 12 pounds. The Lions weighed in exactly as they did 2 weeks ago. And the Stateliners made a bunch of different moves, including, as I mentioned, weighing in Wissing at 182, and that's so he could chase Fawcett.
Both Spies and Franklin before him, very lanky for this weight class.
Phillipsburg has won 6 bouts. The Lions 5. Phillipsburg with a fall, a technical fall, and a major to go with 3 decisions, and the Lions have 1 major to go with 4 decisions.
Roth's got the obvious strength advantage.
He's
here.
in on Spies' right leg to a double. Drops Spies down to his hip, and Roth has a takedown and leads 2-0. Roth trapping the left leg, sinking the right leg in there, and the first period will end with the Stateliner Junior on top, 2-0. Spies defers. Roth will go underneath to start the second. Stateliners lead the match 24-16. The winner is at Middletown North tomorrow night. I didn't see who Russ indicated that caution was on. Roth getting set now. Spies, left hand tight waist, chops at Roth's right elbow. Roth trying to stand. Spies breaks him down. Roth to his knees. Roth stands, and they run off the mat towards the Stateliner student section across the way with 1:45 to wrestle in the second. Roth ready. Spies, left-hand tight waist. Roth sits, reaches back for a leg on Spies. Dave Post yelling at to Roth to belly down. Roth now up to his feet, and he's out. Spies chasing after him. Well, he didn't get the one, and Spies might now give up 2. Roth hopping up and down. Spies locked with a high crotch. Stateliners want to stall. Roth sprawls, trying to pull those hands apart. Spies trying to pick up Roth. Just under a minute to go. Now Spies is locked on Roth's right leg. Roth trying to cross-face him, free that right leg and get around behind. Spinning, and gets the reversal. Roth leads 4-0. And we have some injury time or blood time for Spies. It is injury time, says Russ Scarice. Stateliner trainer Dwayne Brida coming out to take a look at John Spies. We're in our 12th bout of the night. Stateliners at a 24-16 lead. If you just joined us, we began at 285. Pat Sharp of Phillipsburg, 1-0 decision over Francis Vitelli. 106, Connor Robinson of North Hunterdon, a major 10-1 over Logan Matsko. 113, Phillipsburg's Cullen Day, a major 13-4 over Frank Daiso. 120, Bryce Parenti of Phillipsburg, 3-0 over Connor Quinn. 126, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, 15-0. Technical fall in 534 over Evan Klimas. 132, Kyle Tino, Phillipsburg, 11-4 over Kyle Anderson. 138, Andrew Gappis of North Hunterdon, 5-3 over Cody Harrison. 145, Mike Wilson of North Hunterdon, 7-1 over Jason Zinsmeister. 152, Tucker Kirchberger of the Lions, 6-4 over, that 145 was Wilson over Ryan Mitzak. 152 was Kirchberger over Zinsmeister, 6-4. 160, Bill Hughes of the Lions, 8-2 over Phillipsburg's Josh Ramos. 170, Brian Meyer, Phillipsburg, a fall in 1:47 over Andrew Franklin. And here, Austin Roth of Phillipsburg at 182 has a 4-0 lead over the Lions' John Spees with 15 seconds to wrestle here in the second. First period takedown for Roth, second period reversal, and he has been able to ride Spees. 3 seconds to go. And Roth will lead 4-0 after 2. It's Spees' choice in the third. Looks over to the Lions bench. He'll go neutral. Circle each other.
Roth's takedown came late in the first period.
Spees has to be the aggressor here. They have circled and not touched in 12 seconds. There they come, almost right into our laps. Russ Scarice telling Austin Roth, let's relax a little out there. Roth sneaks a look at the clock over our left shoulder. In on Spees' right leg behind the knee. Trying to pull that through at the edge, lifting it up high. Walks him back towards the center and gets a takedown. 6-0 Roth. Now see if he can turn him. Pressure on the right elbow. Pulling the right arm across the body. Trying to drive Spees
1 minute to wrestle, 1 minute.
to his right.
It's just a strength move by Roth. He didn't have a great shot, but he had enough that he was able to pull in against John Spees.
Takes another look at the clock. 45 seconds to wrestle. This would be Phillipsburg's 7th win. Has the left wrist. Trying to sit on top of that arm. Has the left arm barred. 20 seconds to go.
Needs the right wrist to run it.
Has the right wrist. Driving Spees, stepping across Spees. 6 seconds to go. Not able to break the plane with it. Oh, he ran out of time. 6-0 regular decision for Austin Roth of Phillipsburg. We are through 12. It's Phillipsburg 27 and North Hunterdon 16. Stateliners have now won 7. They have 4 regular decisions to go with a fall, a tech, and a major. The Lions have won 5. 195. Lance Wissing for Phillipsburg. I believe this will be Nathaniel Fawcett. It is. Nate Fawcett looking for a throw is Wissing in an inside trip, and they go off the mat. No advantage.
Fawcett was, he pushed up, so he went against Horvath at 195 2 weeks ago.
No advantage here in the first 25 seconds. Fawcett weighing 173.9 and Wissing at 176.8. So Fawcett barely made 182 and being able to go up to 195. Wissing an inside power trip, and they go off neutral again. Minute 14 to go in the first.
Just ran out of real estate or he'd have had the takedown.
Wissing last year wrestled at 138. If I remember correctly, his season cut short by an ankle injury. Just under a minute to go as they go off to our left. Wissing win will clinch this for the Liners and set up the date with Middletown North tomorrow. Wissing underhooks the left shoulder. Again, steps through, try to hit a throw. Couldn't finish it. Fawcett breaks apart. $30 to go here in a scoreless first.
Wissing probably could have had 2 easily there, and he was going for 6.
Off they go at 18 seconds. Fawcett has to have bonus points for North Hunterdon to stay alive. Wissing tried to sweep the left ankle. Final 5 seconds here of a scoreless first. And we'll end scoreless in the first at 195. Fawcett, a sophomore, 24 career wins. Wissing underneath to start the second. Fawcett finishing 3rd in the goals, 5th in the Neptune tournament, 5th in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren. On the mat return, there's a Peterson by Wissing. He's got the reversal and back points. And now Fawcett was able to belly down. That's 4-point play for Lance Wissing. And he leads 4-0.
Nicely done.
Right hand thigh pry. Controlling that left wrist. Fawcett trying to struggle to his knees, and Wissing throws that right leg in, trying to get the left leg in, trying to set up a power half. Trying to get that left leg up and in, does. Breaks him down. Controlling the left wrist. Trying to drive that now from out the left side. Fawcett trying to get to his knees. Wissing maintaining control with that hammer locking that left wrist, and a stalemate's called by Russ Scarice with 41 seconds to go. Fawcett will get set. Now Wissing goes to that side headlock. Controlling the left wrist. Under 30 seconds to go here in the second. Sits on top of that left wrist, then wanted to claw on the right shoulder. Under 15 seconds to go here in the second. Wissing in command on the mat and up 4-0, trying to work a power half again. He'll just look up at the clock and hang on to that. It'll be 4-0 Wissing after 2. Fawcett will choose neutral in the third. Fawcett tried to reach for a leg, missed it. There's that inside trip, and he's got Fawcett on his back. Wissing trying to get more on the right shoulder, has the right arm tied up and a body press. He is so deadly with throws. A lot of time if he can get more weight on Fawcett's right shoulder as Fawcett's trying to bridge. Has that right arm well extended. Now cups, he's got the left arm and around the chin, trying to drive Fawcett to his back. Russ Scarice looking in, and he comes off his back. 3 back points for Wissing, and he leads 7-0. Or 9-0 on the 5-point play. So a 4-point play and a 5-point play for Wissing.
That's the third time he tried that throw and finally got it.
Has the right leg trapped. Under a minute to go. Lance Wissing trying to clinch it for the Stateliners. It would be their 15th straight over North Hunterdon. Fawcett is out. On the escape, 9-1. 30 seconds to go.
So with that third period takedown, Stateliners with a 21-9 advantage on their feet tonight.
Off the mat with 15 seconds to go. This will be Phillipsburg's 53rd win in the series. 6 for the Lions. And it was a draw. Wissing will win a major. 9-1. He has clinched the match for the Stateliners. It's Phillipsburg 31 and North Hunterdon 16. The Stateliners will rematch with Middletown North for North Section 2, Group 4 tomorrow night. This is going to be Francis Vitelli. This is Lorenzo Besseril. Will the Liners forfeit, or are they going to send somebody? It's going to be Shamir Broaders. This is Ian Gaboro. Sorry, it's Ian Gaboro for the Lions. Gaboro 2-2 on the season. And he weighed in at 195. He's a sophomore. Broaders in on the double. Broaders has a takedown. 2-0.
Broaders won 5-1 against Vitelli 2 weeks ago at 220.
And Broaders has Gaboro on his back. Gaboro's able to scramble off. 2 back points for Broaders. 4-0. Trying to set up a hazard tilt. Hazard tilt, turns him in. Gaboro rolls on through it. Trying to set up the hazard again. Hazard tilt, Gaboro rolls on through it. Broaders trying to set it up again. Riding out the right side. Picks up on the near ankle. Flattens out Gaboro. Final 20 seconds of the first. The Broaders leads 4-0. Shamir has come on lately, has evened his record on the season at 12-12. Maintaining control here with 5 seconds to go in the first. Gaboro weighs 188.3. Broaders 185.3, and Broaders leads 4-0 after 1. The history of this series, Bob, North Hunterdon with the 6 wins, but 3 of them came in the groups after Phillipsburg had beaten them during the regular season. They did it in 82, I believe in 84, and in 93. Broaders underneath, stalling warning, and Broaders comes out on the escape. It is 5-0, and a stalling warning on Gaboro.
That had to smart for the Lions to rally and beat in the postseason what they couldn't do in the regular season. Yeah, Broaders has looked good in the last several weeks.
Trying to snap down on the head of Gaboro. So the Liners will take in on a double, but he's flattened out. Trying to hang on to the left leg, and are off the mat back to the center. The Liners will take on Middletown North tomorrow night. Should they prevail tomorrow night, we will have the group semifinals for you on Sunday at 11:30 from Toms River. We will not be carrying the match tomorrow night. Ankle pick by Broaders for a takedown to go up 7-0.
He's got a strength advantage as well as maybe a reach advantage, and that's all that was. He reached down, got the ankle pick, and there was nothing Gaboro could do to move out of the way.
Reaches inside for his left wrist. Final 30 seconds here of the second. Gaboro stands and comes out on the escape. 7-1. Final 10 seconds. So the Lions put 15 up on the board 2 weeks ago. They're at 16 tonight. Broaders, nope, did not get that takedown before the buzzer. Phillipsburg with 41 2 weeks ago. 31 in this bout pending. 7-1. Choosing neutral is Gaboro after 2. 7-1 Broaders. Working takedowns.
Shamir has 2, the most recent one being an ankle pick, and he reached again for 1.
Trying to hang on to the left leg. Gaboro reaches for Broaders' left ankle, loses it. Broaders trying to drive through here with that left leg, now trying to pick up that leg to a double, and there's the takedown for Broaders. And he leads 9-1. Broaders' headgear comes down over his face, and Russ Scarice will stop that with 1:08 to go. Gaboro getting set. Stands. Broaders will lose him. On the escape, it is 9-2 Broaders. .50 seconds to go here in the bout. Broaders diving in on a double, and off they go in front of the State Liner coaches at 45 seconds.
So 3 takedowns for Broaders, and probably enough time to get a 4th.
State Liners look pretty good on their feet tonight.
23-9 advantage with the 24-9.
30 seconds to go. Wrestlers break apart. Fight for hand control. Broaders in on the left leg, picks both legs over top his head, dumps him down to his hip. Broaders with a takedown with 8 seconds to go. And he will have himself a major decision. 11-2 is the final at 2:20. And our final score tonight, Phillipsburg 35 and North Hunterdon 16. And the Stateliners had a fall, a technical fall, 3 majors, 4 regular decisions. The Lions with a major and 4 regular decisions. Phillipsburg North Hunterdon in the North Jersey Section 2 Group 4 semifinals on the Stateliner Sports Network, a service of the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics and official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit rothmaninstitute.com. By Ahart, Frinzi and Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Peberg HS Wrestling. That's Peberg HS WRESTLIN. So Phillipsburg and North Hunterdon hook up for a second time on the season. And the Stateliners, who won the first one back on the 23rd of January, 41-15, prevailed tonight by the final of 35-16. We began at 285, Pat Sharp of Phillipsburg with a 1-0 decision over Francis Vitelli. 106, Connor Robinson of North Hunterdon, a 10-1 major decision over Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko. 113, Cullen Day of Phillipsburg, a major decision, 13-4 over North Hunterdon's Frank Daiso. 120, Bryce Perenni of Phillipsburg in his second varsity start, 3-0 decision over the Lions' Connor Quinn. 126, Travis Jones for the second time in the season, a technical fall in 5:34 over the Lions' Evan Klimas. Phillipsburg on top, 15-4. 132, Kyle Tino duplicated his decision win over the Lions' Kyle Anderson. It was 11-4, putting Phillipsburg up 18-4. 138, in a battle in the number 4 and 5th ranked wrestlers at NJ.com, Andrew Gappis of the Lions scored a 5-3 decision over Phillipsburg's Cody Harrison and made it 18-7 Liners. 145, Mike Wilson of the Lions, a 7-1 decision over Phillipsburg's Ryan Mitzak, making it 18-10 Phillipsburg. 152, Tucker Kirchberger of the Lions, a 6-4 decision over the Stateliners' Jason Zinsmeister, making it 18-13 Phillipsburg. Lions cut the lead to 18-16 at 160 when Will Hughes scored an 8-2 regular decision over the Stateliners' Josh Ramos. Ramos had beaten Hughes 2 weeks ago. 170, Brian Meyer of Phillipsburg got a fall in a minute 47 over Andrew Franklin, putting Phillipsburg on top 24-16. 182, Austin Roth scored a 6-0 decision for the Stateliners over Nate Fawcett. That was over John Spees. That made it 27-16 Phillipsburg. Then Lance Wissing iced it for the Stateliners with a 9-1 major decision over Nate Fawcett at 195, giving Phillipsburg a 31-16 lead. And then Shamir Brothers wrapped it up, an 11-2 major decision over Ian Gaboro. Phillipsburg 35 and North Hunterdon 16. The Liners 1 fall, 1 technical fall, 3 majors, 4 regular decisions, and the Lions had a major and 4 regular decisions. And when we talked to Coach Scott Silvas, Bob, before the match, he said that Phillipsburg had changed the weigh-ins from where they were 2 weeks ago because they figured weighing in at that lineup with no matter how North Hunterdon weighed in, they figured they could win 6, and they ended up, win 8, and they ended up getting 9.
Yes, they came out up top there with 9. 25-9 on their feet tonight for Phillipsburg, and with a fall from Meyer and a tech from Jones, Liners look very strong.
Our congratulations, by the way, to the Lions' Andrew Gappis, who picked up career win number 100 tonight. 8th place in the state a year ago. He now has 100 wins and 22 defeats in his career, and pushed his record to 28-1 on the season in an entertaining bout with Phillipsburg's Cody Harrison. So now, in the drive for 5, as the State Liners like to call it, they will be at Middletown North tomorrow night in a rematch of a match from a year ago. It was a close one where the State Liners prevailed and then managed to win the group championship on Sunday. And now they have the same task in front of them, but instead of being in the friendly confines of Phillipsburg High School, they're going to be away at Middletown North.
Everybody thought that was the matchup that we would end up with, and that's what we'll have. And here comes Coach Post.
Phillipsburg, by the way, with the win, will go to 14-2, and the Lions will fall to 16-5. And Coach, talking to your assistant, Scott Silvis, beforehand, said the way you had weighed in, and you figured with that lineup, that weigh-in, you would get 8.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yep.
And pretty good. Turns out you got 9.
Yeah. We purposely weighed in, we wrestled a nearly perfect dual meet the last time we wrestled them. You could say heavyweight and 6, but we wrestled very, very well the last time we wrestled them, and they're a good team. But we knew that putting 41 on the board was a very high number. We purposely weighed in so we couldn't score as many points, but it was the more conservative way to wrestle, because we knew that we would have 8 locked up. But even in losses tonight, running Zinsmeister up against one of their best guys, and being right there at the end of the bout to be able to win the bout, and how about Ryan Mitzak going out, a guy that's just keeps growing, as he's going to be a guy that's going to be more than serviceable in the future, and going out against, again, one of their best wrestlers and hanging tough with him, getting in on a shot late, almost getting a takedown. But we were very, very happy with how we performed in wins and losses tonight, and to only give up 1 bonus point, that's what we preach. If we only give up, we don't give up bonus points, we're a very, very tough team to beat.
He gave up 15 last time. 16 tonight, and you won at 120 with Jason Tino the last time.
Yeah.
Now you win at 120 with Bryce Perenni, and I think over the whole season, you have had more guys in varsity matches than I think Phillipsburg has had in a long time.
That's so funny you say that. We were actually, when you go in track wrestling, you have to manually update your records. And when I updated it, I happened to look down on, I guess it was maybe Wednesday. It was the snow day, and I looked down and I couldn't believe how many guys had varsity matches on our team. It's a credit to how our depth. We said we were going to be really deep this year, and it's just getting guys on the mat that we're going to be using in the future. So we're just very happy where we're at right now, and looking to move forward to tomorrow night.
No, and also, it's not the kind of schedule. There were years ago when the league was bigger, and I don't want to do this really, but I'll pick on Franklin. A lot of years ago, Franklin was a very struggling program, and you could put out the JVs. Phillipsburg could put out the JVs and win that match.
Sure.
And they would give guys a chance like that. That's not how it's worked this year. You have plugged guys in here and there to, move up, save points, and it's worked.
Yeah, we've tried to be very calculated. Sometimes people might look at it and think it's risky, to do some of the things we do, but we actually, when we sit down, we try to think what's the most conservative way to win the dual meet. We don't try to be risky. Our kids are so used to. That's why we wrestle so many matches in the summertime. The average kid in our program probably gets 30 to 40 matches in the summertime, and we constantly are moving them up in weight and bouncing around, because then that's the only way that they get used to in a dual meet situation. Oh, it's not a big deal if I go from 52 to 60 or whatever it might be. It's a credit to them believing in that we're going to put them in the best spot to win the match.
Now you got a rematch with Middletown North tomorrow night, and at their place.
Yep. Yeah. So we just have to keep wrestling the way we are. We've been in a very good spot here for a while, and I think actually, just looking at how we perform and the fewer and fewer bonus points that we give up, I think we're wrestling as well as we have at this point in time any season in the last 8 years.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight, and hopefully we'll see you Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hopefully. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, Coach Dave Post of the State Liners with the win. Coach Post is now 126-20 in this his 8th season. State Liners against New Jersey competition now 489, 63-1 since 1979-80, and all-time in the program 954, 263-7. State Liners win tonight over North Hunterdon in the semifinals, 35-16. For Bob Kerp, our supervising broadcast technician, Jared Marchicelli, and our production assistant, Jake Kosa, I'm Mike Moore. Hopefully we will see you Sunday from Toms River at approximately 11:20. Have yourself a good night.